Paul Gale from paulgalenetwork.com, and thank you for joining me today for this video game news quick update. It is September 27th, 2021, and today's quick update is news on the Super Nintendo world in Universal Studios Japan. Specifically, the theme park's first expansion, which is a Donkey Kong themed area, set to open in 2024. Now, we saw this previously through some different blueprints and some top-down images of what the park would look like, how the minecart ride would flow with new mechanics, creating a cool experience for riders. But now Nintendo is officially confirming that it is happening and that it's coming out in about 3 more years. So I'm going to read the following press announcement. Since its opening, Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan has gained worldwide attention from fans and guests who continue to level up with excitement while experiencing the land's rides, interactive themed entertainment, and gameplay featuring iconic Nintendo characters. To further immerse guests into Nintendo's well-known series of games, Universal Studios Japan will expand the land to include a new area themed after Donkey Kong. The area will feature a roller coaster, interactive experiences, and themed merchandise and food. Guests will be able to take a walk on the wild side through the lush jungles where Donkey Kong and his friends live. The new area is set to open in 2024. So before I go further, let me just talk about my excitement level on this. If you aren't aware, the roller coaster, which I believe they're talking about, is this minecart ride roller coaster. And the really cool mechanic that was involved would be that you would feel like you're actually in a minecart dealing with the adventure and the mystery and the fear of what's below without actually being on fear, because the idea is my elbow in the back is this rod which connects you throughout the whole series, throughout this coaster experience. But you're riding here in the cart. Now this area here is blacked off, so you can't see the rod behind. And then here you have the walls. Here you have in the foreground that you're traveling on the minecart railing, and then a gap. And it looks like you're going to fall, but you're obviously safe this whole time on the rod, so it gives this jerking experience, this motion of boom, whoa, and then you're falling down, crashing, or something like that. You're going over a ledge, and instead of falling into the abyss below because beneath you is dark or pits or spikes or whatever, lava, what have you, you make it onto the ride. Maybe you're going over digital bees or real life bees floating. Maybe you're grabbing KONG, what have you. But the mechanic is this thing starts back here and you're riding on it from the front without seeing that. So it gives you a more immersive experience. If that's what the final layout is, that's really awesome. That sounds like a great experience. Of course, merchandise and food, that's pretty cool. Getting to walk the side, the wild side, I should say, of these lush jungles also is cool. Of course, can't help but notice that, well, we've got some Donkey Kong exposure in the upcoming Super Mario Bros. CGI animated film coming out December 2022. This park will probably open up less than 2 years after. Maybe they're targeting a summer 2024 release. Then you're really looking at, about 1.5 years after the movie comes out. Movie should be a hit. By then, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 3D Donkey Kong game. So once again, Nintendo is just taking these IP in which, Donkey Kong's already popular, but there aren't as many Donkey Kong games made every few years as Mario. But I think that's going to change. I think that's also going to change for Metroid, for that matter. After the success, I feel, of Metroid Dread, we're going to get some more Metroid. It's not going to be this long wait anymore. We'll probably get Prime 4 in a couple of years or less. Maybe that Metroid Prime trilogy or Metroid Prime remake, maybe a Metroid 2D compilation cartridge. We'll see. But let's get back into this, okay? Because this is exciting, and walking through lush jungles just sounds awesome. Oh, and here you get to see this image. Before we actually read more, we'll take a look at this. This looks like a huge expansion. It looks beautiful. It looks like we have quite a bit of space. Like if you compare this to the Super Nintendo World Park right now, it's equal but a little bit differently laid out. I can't wait for this to open up. Let's start with this though right here in Hollywood, California, which is under construction, and fingers crossed it'll open up sometime summer to fall 2022, and then the Florida one probably to follow a year after or so. Okay, let's continue. Nintendo's Donkey Kong franchise started with an arcade game in 1981 and quickly captured the hearts of fans around the world. Since then, Donkey Kong game series has continually delivered more games on Nintendo video game systems such as the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Wii, and Nintendo Switch. The series has sold over 65 million units as of March 2021 worldwide to generations of fans. The Universal Creative Team and the Nintendo Creative Team, including Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Super Mario, will bring the new Donkey Kong themed area to life. The area will be a game changer that combines the innovative technology and globally popular approach to theme park entertainment of Universal with the creativity of Nintendo. With the addition of the Donkey Kong area, Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan will increase in size by approximately 70%. So it does look like it's actually bigger, like I said, maybe in this image up above. That, yeah, comparable, a little bit differently shaped, but potentially bigger. I mean, this is just awesome. I don't know if there will be enough space at Universal Studios Hollywood, California to have all of this added, but I'm just happy that we're starting off with Mario. Florida is the theme park of these three, not including the fourth one that's in development that will probably have the most amount of space, the greatest room for expansion. But we'll see how far they go. Like, wouldn't it be amazing if they just continued to add on and they're like, okay, here's the Mario one, here's Donkey Kong, we've got a Zelda thing going over here, and then like we're sprinkling in an F-Zero and a Star Fox and a Metroid as kind of the space-aged one, and that making its own park. Like, Nintendo has so many rich IP that each franchise is almost good enough for its own theme park. And if a franchise doesn't have enough for its own theme park, you lump, like I said, a couple of those together. Metroid, F-Zero, Star Fox, spacey kind of themed series, and you make one park out of that. I'm just speculating because this is a lifelong dream for this to happen, so I love it. I'm stoked. Super Nintendo World creates a whole new level of theme park entertainment and has quickly become an exciting must-do experience for our guests. We are thrilled to continue working with Nintendo as we fulfill our vision to bring their characters and stories to life. Our new Donkey Kong themed area will bring even more excitement and fun to the Super Nintendo World experience. That's coming to us from Gale, President and CEO of Universal Studios Japan. Now, finally, from Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto, the representative director, fellow of Nintendo, he said the following: I am very happy to be able to make the world of Donkey Kong a reality following the world of Mario. I am looking forward to creating a thrilling Donkey Kong experience with the amazing team at Universal. It will take some time until it is completed, but it will be a unique area for not only people who are familiar with Donkey Kong games, but for all guests. This is based on Universal Studios Japan's in-house research of facilities based on the world of Nintendo brand characters. Okay. Pretty awesome stuff, right? And some cool facts right here. Nintendo has sold more than 5.1 billion video games and over 800 million hardware units globally. That's something that on Video Game News and Video Game Talk with Paul Gale Network in the last few months we discussed. 800 million pieces of hardware. have been sold across all Nintendo systems from Famicom to NES, Super Famicom, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance, all the way up through GameCube, Wii U, Nintendo Switch, 3DS, and Game Boys lumped in, regular DSs, all of that stuff. 800 million. Nintendo's going to be the first to reach a billion pieces of hardware sold. Amazing. Let's see, what do they finish off with? From the launch of the Nintendo Entertainment System more than 30 years ago through today and into the future, Nintendo's continuing mission is to create unique entertainment that puts smiles on the faces of people all around the world. All over the world. Yeah, absolutely. That was a fun read, you know. I thought I would share this as its own unique little story as it just dropped, and just take a look at that. That's cool. Good things are happening with Nintendo. I'm very happy to see that. First of all, Shigeru Miyamoto is involved. I'll say that right now, with the movie and with the park. But specifically, I'm happy to see Nintendo evolve more and more outside of games, because what they have is absolutely rich, worldwide recognized, truly loved IP. I mean, characters that are just up there with anybody, with anything. You think of the top brands, the top most favorite characters in the world, franchises, you know, thanks to the MCU, if you are a character of Marvel's, you're probably up there. Whether it's Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Black Panther. Not that they didn't have big audiences before, but they got just that much bigger thanks to the MCU films. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. Long time big characters in the world of comics, but as they get into movies, they're just that much bigger in growth. Of course, you have Star Wars and Harry Potter, X-Men, which is also a part of Marvel. Different powerhouses, right? Game of Thrones, different series that last even once their initial run is over, like Lord of the Rings. They find ways how to keep it live, keep that brand fresh. Nintendo, you know, much to their credit, they have these characters that, in the case of Donkey Kong, just celebrated his 40th anniversary. And decades in series, specifically Mario and Zelda, to name the top two, have hit after hit every few years across multiple generations of hardware over many controller schemes that continue to just be successful, selling by the millions. That's powerful. That's strong. That's knowing how to make your characters last, how to continue evolving with technology, and oftentimes being at the forefront of that tech to make your games run better, you know? But if you could go outside of the world of games, which is what Nintendo's doing more and more, and not just in like, okay, a partnership with ice cream, a partnership with shoes, a partnership with, you know, this and this, but, you know, in association with the Pokemon Company, taking Pokemon to the big screen in Detective Pikachu, making a brand new movie out of Mario, going this theme park route. There was that rumored workings of a live action Zelda series, of an animated or puppet based Star Fox series that was supposedly coming to Netflix, one or both, and then that deal fell flat. Who knows if we'll ever finally fully get to the bottom of that, but I'm hoping that something like that works out in the future. It looks like they have a good thing going with Universal Studios. Hopefully the Mario movie is solid. Hopefully we get like a, you know, Seth Rogen is voicing Donkey Kong in it. Maybe that'll be enough to have a spin-off Donkey Kong movie or a Donkey Kong CG series of some sort. An animated straight for TV kind of movie would still be great. Maybe we'll get a, you know, Star Fox series at the end of the day, or, you know, Mr. Miyamoto did Pikmin shorts several years ago, and that was during the Wii U era. I thought they were great. Could we see a Pikmin animated series of some sort? Metroid? Brie Larson wants to play Samus Aran. I think a live action Metroid would be terrific. Of course, now I'm deviating, going outside of just Super Nintendo world. But overall, it's a look at a Nintendo that is being more and more aware of their brand that they have. Being careful, though, that's what Nintendo has almost always done. A couple of mistakes, you know, on the side, and I don't want to say mistakes, like CDI was, yeah, I guess a mistake at the end of the day, but many years ago. But very few and far between do they not have a partnership that really benefited them. Even the Super Mario Brothers movie live action back in the day, it was, one of the first big live action video game adaptations into film, and it still, you know, did what it could and retained some of that charm, but it's kind of why Nintendo ooh, backed off from Hollywood for many years. But other companies have had success and they're teaming up with the right people now. I'm happy to see this because I think Nintendo could be bigger than anybody. They have these characters, like I said, that span 4 decades, 3 decades, 2 decades that people love. So you do it right, you keep throwing out these movies, you got this whole Nintendo universe ahead of you. TV shows, live action, CG. You go more into the world of comic books and graphic novels, though that brings in less overall hype than something like a movie. You keep nailing these theme parks. Ah, it's a good time to be a young gamer, especially young at heart, but it's also awesome to be a dad of 2 kids that get to grow up in a world where my passion of Nintendo as a child, teenager, young adult is like fueled for them for life because it's all of my old stuff plus what's going on now plus the outlook of the future being brighter than ever before, and I'm stoked. All right, this went from a quick news session to a 17-minute discussion because it's something worth talking about, I think, and I had a really good time. So thank you for watching. This is PGN signing out. Hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you soon for a more traditional video game news update before too long. Take it easy. Bye.